Honourable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I have two statements. I request that I take both of them at once. First, Honourable Speaker, on security situation inside the Kenyatta National Hospital and other public health facilities. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of national concern regarding the security situation inside Kenyatta National Hospital, following the gruesome murder of two patients, one in February and another one in July, both occurring within the same ward. These tragic incidents raise grave concerns about the adequacy of the security protocols at KNH and other public health institutions. They also expose broader safety gaps that put both patients and medical personnel at risk and raise a disturbing possibility that serial criminals may be operating from within public spaces. In that statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the number and the nature of deployment of security personnel across all the wards and sections of KNH, including whether this deployment is adequate. Number two, the current number of patients who have been discharged but remain at KNH, the reason for their continued detention and duration of their stay. Thirdly, the existing security protocols in public hospitals concerning discharged patients who remain within the facilities, including the Ministry of Health's plan in addressing the continued detention of patients due to unpaid medical bills. My second statement, Honourable Speaker, is on the increase in university accommodation fees. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of national concern regarding the sharp increase in the university hostel accommodations fees across public universities over the past 4 years. Mr. Speaker, public universities in Kenya have traditionally offered affordable accommodation to students, particularly those from low-income backgrounds. However, in recent years, the cost of on-campus accommodation has risen significantly, placing a heavy financial burden on students and their families. This increase has had a far-reaching implications, particularly on vulnerable students who are now forced to seek cheaper, often unsafe housing alternatives outside the university premises. Female students in particular, Mr. Speaker, are disproportionately affected and exposed to heightened risks in insecure neighborhoods. This situation undermines not only the right to education, but also the right to dignity and safety for learners. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the justification behind the increase in accommodation fees in public universities, especially in light of the prevailing economic hardships and the need to ensure affordability and safety for all students. Secondly, the current state of infrastructure in university hostels, including the level of repair and maintenance of existing accommodation facilities. Third, an analysis of the current student populations compared to the available on-campus accommodation spaces and the plans, if any, that exist to expand and upgrade student housing in public universities. And lastly, Honourable Speaker, whether the Higher Education Loans Board intends to revise or enhance student loan disbursements to better support students in meeting essential needs such as accommodation, food and transportation in view of these increases. I thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Senator Chute, Senator from Marsabit County.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. I have a request for a statement on the sharing of subscriber data between telecommunication providers and security agencies. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the protocols and safeguards governing the sharing of subscriber data between communication services and security agencies in Kenya. In the statement, the committee should, one, clarify the legal procedural frameworks that guide how and when telecom operators share subscriber data with security agencies, including the role of court orders or statutory authorization. Number two, confirm whether the Office of Data Protection Commissioners has received complaint or undertaken investigations into alleged misuse of such data and provide the status of outcomes. Number 3, explain the oversight roles of the Communication Authority and security agencies in ensuring lawful access and use of subscriber data, including any enforcement actions taken in the last 5 years. Number 4, indicate the number of data access requests submitted by security agencies between the year 2020 and 2025. How many were approved and how many were supported by valid court orders? And finally, Honorable Speaker, outline existing safeguards to protect subscriber data from unauthorized access, misuse, or violation of privacy rights, particularly in light of increased surveillance technology. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
The Senator for Kisii County, the Honorable Richard Onyonka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing regarding the Kenya National Highways Authority, KNH, recent announcement on the expansion of Kiambu Road into a 4-lane highway and the controversial provision that only Chinese contractors or consortia led by Chinese firms are eligible to apply for these contracts. Mr. Speaker, in its public advertisement, KNH invited bids for the Kiambu Road expansion project, but included an explicit requirement restricting eligibility to Chinese contractors or firms led by Chinese entities. Mr. Speaker, this condition raises serious concerns about the fairness, inclusivity, legality of this procurement process, particularly in view of our constitutional principles on competition, non-discrimination, and value for money in public procurement. In that statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following. Explain the rationale behind KENA's decision to limit eligibility for this project to Chinese contractors only, or a consortium led by Chinese firms. Number 2, for the committee to clarify whether this requirement aligns with the Kenya procurement laws, including the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, and whether it complies with any applicable bilateral or multilateral funding agreements. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, the committee should state whether Kenyan contractors or joint ventures involving Kenyan participation were considered in the development of these eligibility criteria. Number 4, the committee to provide information on the source of financing for the Kiambu Road expansion project, any donor funds if necessary, and indicate whether the funding terms specifically required the exclusive participation of Chinese enterprises. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I would wish that the committee recommend measures to ensure that future infrastructure projects promote fair competition, enhance local participation, and uphold transparency and accountability in procurement processes as per our Kenyan Constitution 2010. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.